It's your audition.
All right, you said you want to start off with the cheers. Is that how you want to start off?
Backroom casting. This is your audition. Let's start off
You
with
see,
a
I got
cheers.
the whole MJ tongue out.
Got your tongue out?
nasty.
Oh, that's what the 45 for, MJ?
Oh, came back from retirement.
Oh,
it makes
shit.
sense, right?
Oh,
the pod.
shit.
Oh.
Jay-Z said I started off when I was 12 and my mother was 45.
45?
Yeah.
That's how it happens, man. Like, it's a lot of magic that comes to this number, you know? Like, MJ came back after he retired to 23.
Mm-hmm.
Came back 45.
Yeah.
You know? Then went back to 23. But you see, if you do the math,
2,
if
3,
you
4,
think about
5.
it the way that I am in my head, I'm at 23. Because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I ain't even hit my prime yet. So you know what's happening.
Mm-hmm. He wore that number in remembrance of his dad.
Huh?
He wore that number for his dad. His dad wanted him to play baseball. That's why he wore it in baseball. And then he wore it when he came back. His dad had got shot and killed or some shit like that. Or died somehow.
I guess it wasn't by 45. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be real crazy,
that
right?
would be. That would.
Come back full circle.
They're like, oh, I get it, dang. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got to retire at number 45. But,
Yeah.
all right. I'm in good spirits, man. How about you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
I see how smooth you are. I'm all right. That's because you got that mic, so you know you could get busy with it.
Well, no, that's not true. It's just that I'm trying not to fabricate my energy. Because I know you want me to talk louder, so I'm trying to do that, but not be like fake.
No, you can do whatever you want to. You got the mic, man.
All right,
You got the mic.
Here we go.
You got the mic. I got the mic. We in it. Oh, this is about to be a classic episode. All right, let's start this off. You see? You see? I'm on. I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Making my little Raw's voice
Make
on.
sure that this is recording. Yes, this is recording. I have a problem with that sometimes. Let me introduce myself. My name is Brian Fennell. I'm one of the hosts of That's 86'd podcast. Right here, I got my mans. Yes. Should we say your name?
I thought you was.
His name is Theo. Cause I don't know, sometimes, man, you don't want to be saying your name. Sometimes you do. Oh, I see you flexing on them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
dog.
saying? You know what I'm saying? I got you.
Make my nipples hard.
I got you. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. You know what I'm saying? Coming straight off of the sexuality conversation and bringing it all the way around. You gotta give him a little recap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then after that, we talked about the social currency. You see the swag, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I see you. I see you. What's up?
You keep growling and shit. He said, oh. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I see you, man.
Okay,
Come
let's
on,
go.
man.
Let's
Let me know
go.
that you stand with me, right?
I'm right here, bro.
We here, we ain't going nowhere, and this is the 86, no, that's 86 podcast.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we get into it, sometimes we don't, but you know what? We are always right in our minds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They try to get us out of here, but they can't do that because we are just like, you know what? All right, so I never understood, because we were playing basketball a couple of days ago, you know what I'm saying? Because we get
Put this nigga in a blender. Turned him into bum juice. That's what he is right now. He's a bum juice walking around.
Yo, so
Put him all the way in the blender.
All right, see, I'm not gonna let you do that. First of all, so I had.
There's no first of all.
I had.
There is no first of all.
No, because we're gonna say it like that.
There is no first of all.
I had 18 points. The game was going to 21. We were doing rough house. I had 18. He had probably like 5, and our friend Seth had about 4.
I think I had about 12, actually.
Yeah.
And then he sat down. And then I told Sid, this dude's gonna sit here and let us play D on each other because I can't let you get away with anything. There was only 3 people. I was like, this dude's gonna sit here and let us play D on each other and go ahead and recover. So here's what we gonna do.
I was like, you know what? I got 18 right now. Game go to 21. I'm gonna sit down. And give you guys a chance to, catch up.
That's not what you said at the time. At the time, you just sat down. It was like,
because I didn't have to say anything.
You was drinking Gatorade, you was drinking water. That's all you was doing. You didn't say nothing.
I was chilling on the sideline. I was just like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So
hands on your knees.
No, because I was chilling. Hands weren't on the knees.
Hands on your knees.
Hands were on the Gatorade, baby.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So anyway.
All right.
So anyway, I won that game.
He won that game. He wasn't saying.
He came back. Don't let him make y'all think he just sat down and stayed down. He came back.
I came back.
He came back.
He
came back. He came back when I had about 16.
No, you did not have 16.
Yes, I did. You came back. You came back when I threw up a deuce. You came back when I threw up a deuce that had me at 18.
I don't know how much you had.
We only played 2 games, bro.
Because you weren't telling me.
Oh, it was traumatic. You forgot all about it?
No, it was not traumatic.
Oh, shit.
No,
he forgot all about it. He's compartmentalizing this. This is what it's called. So basically, when you go through a traumatic experience, what your brain tends to do is it compartmentalizes it, and that's how you break into different various personalities. So right now, he's experiencing MPD, multiple personality disorder. He's going through it.
Can you give a recap?
Bro, we don't need to get other we can actually.
You're right. You're not. You're right. You're cool. It's cool.
No, I mean you can call him if you want. You can call him if you want, but we don't really need to get into that.
You already said so much. All right, so then we played a game after that, and I was just like, all right, cool. This one's not going to be the greatest game, period. So we built a whole bunch of towns by doing bricks. But guess who won? That's right. Yep, you guessed it. This guy won.
It's the mayor of Bricksville right there.
You know what I'm saying? No,
so,
you guys definitely had more bricks than I did. I just came in, shot up a couple.
Mayor of Bricksville right there.
You see
Anyways,
what happened at the end. How many threes?
He won the second game.
How many threes? How was that? That was just like... I think I just made nothing but threes or twos, however you want to say that.
No,
21.
It's not true. You made enough points to win the game, so you did that.
Cool. Anyway, all right, so you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so overall, we got a game
Somebody did that.
On Thursday.
On Thursday, we got a game coming up.
Thursday, we got not a full, but we got a good amount of people coming out. Everybody's been talking trash, so, you know. But let me tell you, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I haven't played ball in who knows how many years, basketball, in who knows how many years. And man, I felt it. My body the next day definitely felt like, yo, you ain't played basketball in like a decade.
Well, I mean, you played basketball though.
No, I haven't.
No, but you played basketball though. Like you played, like you practiced, like you actually did drills before, like you played basketball on a team.
Yeah, it was nice.
So you played basketball.
Yeah, it
so
was nice.
The things that you've learned, they're not gonna escape you, no matter how. Like your body is already trained to do the things that you do.
I mean, but if you don't condition it, if you're not actively just keeping up with it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just no different than anybody else. Like, I
can argue that it's like riding a bike.
And do it.
Exactly, muscle memory. I can argue that it's like riding a bike. Don't get me wrong, you'll start off a little sloppy, but as soon as you get your rhythm, you're back in it.
Yeah, so Thursday is just going to be horrible for you guys. That's it. But that was all right. So how was your week?
Bum
That was
juice.
pretty much my week.
Bum juice.
How was your week?
How was my week?
Yeah, what's been up?
I don't know, man. It's Monday. That's all I know, bro.
All right, so.
I don't know.
No, I got you. It's cool, because I had a crazy week.
Yeah. Oh, so you asked me about my week just so you could talk about your week?
Yeah.
That was your ulterior motive?
Yeah.
You could have just skipped that bullshit.
No,
and just
man,
went straight into you could have just been like, yo, let me tell you about my week.
No, I wanted to hear about your week.
You don't want to hear about my week.
I do. I always want to hear about your week. That's why I hit you up. You know what I'm saying?
No, you hit me up because we got podcasts today.
I mean, that was the day. I mean, but outside of the day. I was like, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Nah, last time you hit me up, it was the hoop.
Straight down to business, baby. Like, hey.
I mean, I'm just saying, that's 2 out of the last two.
2 out of 7?
2 out of the last 2.
Oh, 2 out of the last 2. 2 out of the last 2 days? I know. See? Consistency.
Consistency.
Right. But no. Just to still bring it all the way back. My week, you say? You wanted to know? I got you. All right, so my week was I started following up on the previous topics that we had, the previous podcast with the sexual harassment. The information that you did give me, I did reach out to them, waiting to hear back. But I did.
Oh, Rain?
Huh?
Rain?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, so waiting to hear back to see what more we can do outside of just like having their information somewhere within this box, as well as in the descriptions and all of that, but to actually have more presence within the actual community for everyone.
Yeah.
So waiting to have more conversation with that, go deeper, and start talking to the Philadelphia Council about unionizing for bartender servers for the hospitality industry. That conversation is going somewhere. They wanted to know the number one thing that, that...
Did you say healthcare?
Yeah, I threw in healthcare.
No.
I threw in
Number one.
Yeah. So yeah, I threw in benefits.
Doing benefits?
I threw in benefits. I didn't just limit it to just like one thing. I didn't say healthcare. No.
So you said benefits.
Benefits. Yeah.
That's good. So you included all. That's perfect.
Yeah.
You the man.
And then like in parentheses it says.
You the man. Hell yeah.
All these things.
Hell yeah.
And then,
that's how politicians talk. You're supposed to do it that way.
And then also increasing wage.
Yeah. That's a benefit.
Yeah, so I kind of just went there. So we're going back and forth about that. But I know it's still going to come down to just like having more people just come. So when they're like
perhaps you could have a petition that we could all sign.
Oh, do you think those do something?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Well, you got to go through legal. You got to go through legal. Let's say you have to go through legal processes. Mm-hmm. You might have to shell out a little consultation money real quick, but just to actually make it go as far as you want to make it go, and have somebody write it up.
See, here's the thing, because it's an organization already.
Mm-hmm.
That the Philadelphia Council directed me to. Sorry for this silence. But, yeah, Workers United organization. Oh, Philadelphia Joint Board. Workers United, Philadelphia Joint Board organization. And I'm sitting here talking to Richard A. Mittner.
Okay.
So yeah, so pretty much just going through that, trying to organize that, see how we can move forward. Of course, it can't just be myself. I'm pretty sure that it's going to end up having to grow for more people, so we can get more voices and actually create this space. But
usually, the way these things end up looking is like you represent an organization, and then that organization goes out and garners the voice of a bunch of people, and then speaks for them. So.
All right, so yeah. So all I'm saying is progress has been made, or progress is making a made. Made in progress, baby. Move on those forefronts. So
nice.
Just
well done, man.
Just keep everybody posted on that, and yeah. So that's pretty much what the week's been up for me.
Word.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess to get into it, what do you feel like talking about?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could talk about anything.
Alright, cool. I thought it was pretty...
I could literally talk about anything.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
The first thing that came into my mind when you asked me was cats. But I was like, nah.
I was like, we can talk about cats.
I was thinking about cats, and then I was like, dogs.
And you love dogs.
And then I was like, shit. I could talk about anything, bro.
Alright, what you gonna talk about?
Basketball.
You gonna talk about talking basketball. Alright, but I guess let's just get into the shits.
Okay.
You wanna get into the shits?
We gonna talk about cats.
I mean, cats shit a lot.
Cats don't shit that much. Cats shit like twice a day, tops.
I know a lot of cats that shit a lot.
How do you feed them? How do they get fed?
I mean, they get fed whenever they want to get fed.
Really?
Yeah, man.
What, they just pour the bag out on the floor and let them go in?
You know what I'm saying?
Mountain the cat food?
And, you know what I'm saying? They just go, man.
Damn. No, that's not how I do it.
How you do it?
That's not how I do it.
How you do it?
I feed my cats twice a day.
Yo.
I got them on a schedule.
Yo, cats.
At 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, my cat comes and wakes my ass up and looks at me dead in my face.
That's conditioning, man. You're not supposed to do that. So,
first off, what do you mean?
What?
That's not.
They can do whatever they want.
I put them on a. They can't feed themselves, nigga. They can't open them cans. No, they can't.
Oh, see, you gotta get the bag. See, once you get the bag.
Wet food.
Oh, man.
Wet food.
Wet food?
Dry food. Wet food versus dry food, right?
See, that's a whole different.
That's a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
So the thing is, cats, they're bred from animals who typically live in deserts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they love that dry shit.
They don't. No.
They love dry.
No, that's not true.
What are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about? Where are you getting this from?
Dry age because it sits out there, and then the sun is beating on it, so it's dry. So all
they're
the
not
moisture
scavengers,
is gone.
bro.
All the moisture.
They're not scavengers, bro.
They're not getting that fresh and ready.
Yes, they do. They hunt.
No.
That's what hunters do.
No.
Hunters eat food while it's still breathing almost.
Goodness.
Hunters
Are you
eat food
serious?
while. Yeah, you ain't never watched that Serengeti shit? You ain't
I don't
never
even
watched
know
them
who
lions
Serengeti
jump
is.
down?
All I seen was Lion King, and they did. And I tell you, Simba
He
wasn't
said,
on
I
that
don't
type
even
of
know who
time.
Serengeti is. Simba was eating grubs with Timon and Pumbaa. He wasn't hunting.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, on top of that, male lions don't hunt. You know that?
See, now you want to bring Nyla into it.
No. So here's the thing. Well,
all right.
Layla, wasn't it? Wasn't?
No, it was Nyla.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It was Nyla.
You sure?
Layla. You know who Layla is?
From Aladdin.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Which character?
That's all right, man.
No, you gotta tell me who Layla is now.
It's from Aladdin, bro.
Where at?
It's all right, man. Aladdin is Disney's Aladdin isn't the only Aladdin. Princess Leia,
See, you gonna
man.
do that. You gonna
Princess
do this.
Layla.
You gonna do this. You gonna do that. No, you said Aladdin.
I said Disney's Aladdin isn't the only Aladdin, nigga. I did mean Aladdin when I said Aladdin. So anyways, back to the Lion King.
Yeah, man.
Female lions hunt. They get fresh meat. The shit's still wet. It's still bloody and halfway breathing. If it sits out in the sun, it's no good for anyone except for the vultures and the hyenas, the scavengers.
No, man.
Cats don't scavenge.
Yo, man.
How are you gonna tell me, cuz?
How are you gonna tell me?
Are you just trying to Are you just trolling? Oh, you just trolling. All right.
I watched the movie.
Talking about a movie. All right.
Oh, you talking about real life?
I'm talking about cats, bro.
What? Well, it's the same thing.
So anyway, cats don't like to eat dry food regularly. It's just not good for cats. Like,
Yo, mom, we gotta have a conversation.
You could tell in they shit.
Like, yo, you got it. You can't do this dry food. No, I
And
think
also drinking water, like drinking water from like a bowl is also kind of not really a natural thing for them either. Like slopping water up from a bowl. Like,
but it kind of
they prefer
of the lake, the pond.
No, that water moves. So a pond.
Yeah, touching it moves.
No, nigga. All right. No, I'm talking about a stream or something like that. If you were to drink from a stream, that's moving water. So that's why, like a cat, like my cats will prefer to drink from a spigot or something, or a leak.
Trying to say your cat's better than my cats? What's up?
No, they were conditioned that way.
All right. That was fun. My cats are not conditioned that way. But my dogs. Hey, yo.
You want to shout out your dogs real quick?
Hey, yo.
You want to shout out your dogs real quick?
Shout out my dogs, man. My dogs, y'all know who y'all are, man. My dogs. All right, but look.
Nico. Holla at Nico.
No, man. I don't even need to know.
Holla at me, Nico.
Don't need to know about Nico. All right. But like on a serious note, like last week, like what you said about the Walmart story.
Sure. My memory is like not too good.
I mean, well, as you were telling his story, we stumbled upon owning the real estate of his business.
Right. Yes, sir. The importance of that.
Yeah, that actually stuck with me. I went and told so many people about that because I thought that was really telling and monumental.
I'm glad you did that.
Because that was dope. I mean, I think it's really important to know. And that just goes to show like that happens really often, and that's a conversation that you never hear about.
Oh yeah.
And how much it affects business. That's
small business.
Yeah,
specifically.
Small businesses. Yeah. Because after that, I was going through some groups online on social networks, and that not per se that conversation came up, but they would sit there and like kind of justify why bars and restaurants
don't own their own.
No.
Shouldn't own their own.
No. Why they pay the way they do pay, because they're not making any money. So.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's complete bullshit.
And that's the whole.
You look at profit margins of a platter or a dish.
It's
or
ridiculous.
A fucking, sorry, I meant to say entree. I've been in the hood for a little bit. But you look at the profit margins of an entree or a bottle of liquor, don't tell me nobody ain't making no fucking money.
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone's confusion with
And they ain't paying no staff.
the group. Yeah, it's just like, well, they're trying to find out how to cut corners because they don't own the real estate or they don't own the liquor license.
Yeah.
So they find other ways, and then paying like the cutting corner of labor costs is what it's like. Everybody's doing it, you know. Like,
well, let me ask you.
People.
Let me ask you. I haven't worked outside of the state in that industry, so is it like that everywhere else? Because I already know, like in this state, it's really, really difficult to get a liquor license. So is that kind of partially the reason why in this state particularly we get paid $2.75 an hour?
Well, because it's not
like
just,
outside of this state.
Yeah.
Do waiters get more than that because it's not as hard to obtain a liquor license?
Yeah. Not in every state, of course, because there are other.
No, I mean other
states,
shitty states, clearly, but
Yeah. But outside of that, yeah.
like in Vegas, do they get paid $12 an hour or something like
Vegas, they get paid a lot, or they get paid because
New York,
New
York, New Jersey, do they get paid $12 an hour? Do they get
like
paid minimum wage
like
or
New
at least?
Jersey, I actually don't know New Jersey.
That's funny. It's right across the street.
Yeah, but I don't go to any bars in Jersey.
We should.
I haven't been.
We should.
Besides like the beach bars, but you know.
We have been.
We have been to the beach bars.
We have been there.
And yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'll ask Johnny. He's worked at beach bars.
All right. But yeah, like there are a good bit of places that actually do pay a good amount on top of tips.
I'm aware that there are places that pay because I work at a place where I get paid, but I also don't wait tables.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, I've definitely been at places that bartend and you still get a wage.
Yeah.
But that's just not the overwhelming majority.
Yeah. Yeah. So down south is so much like, because like these places, these other places, it's more so like you pay an annual fee for your liquor license, whether it's $3,000 a year, but you can make that back in a month. You know, like it's not the same as like how limited it is here in Pennsylvania. All right, so in New York, you have to actually build out everything first, and then they come through and
inspect it.
Yeah, and either it's a yay or nay.
Okay.
But you already have to have built everything out.
Yeah.
In hopes of you passing, you getting approved so you can get your
liquor license.
Yeah.
As opposed to just acquiring a property that already has a license attached to it and then building a partial-ass restaurant with partial-ass service for about 6 months or 6 weeks or however long it takes for you to make. Yeah, however long it takes for you to be like real.
Yeah.
Or legitimate. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah,
okay.
So it kind of but it's kind of hard, because the conversation prior, because you can still rent out a place that doesn't have a liquor license and do the whole remodeling and everything.
Just pause.
Oh, because I was gonna get my point across before I even.
No, just do it.
All right.
You ain't even gotta leave the camera. Just cut it. Just cut it out. Oh my God.
OD on it.
My Uber driver was playing fucking hits from 1999. Like this nigga played Where the Party At. Seriously, this nigga played some Case shit. Oh man, he played Usher, Confessions, the remix. I was like, I forgot about the remix. Dog,
The remix was pretty good too, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was pretty good. All right. And snap. But yeah.
What was you saying though?
But yeah, it's a lot different when you're sitting there. Potentially creating a space. No. I think I was saying that you can you can rent out a spot. You can rent out a spot and then, or space, and then like do the construction for it. But you still don't own it. So like so you're still, so then that's where a lot of pressure comes in, because it's like I'm in this agreement and I still have to pay all of this off with the hopes of getting approved. As that's a reoccurring bill that's coming every month, and it's not a small bill. You're not paying $100 for rent for that real estate. You're paying thousands of dollars for rent, and that's taking away from your opening costs and everything, and your banking going, like, hopefully that you have everything correct where they come in and the inspector comes in and they give you the green light, and it's like, okay, well, now I can potentially start making revenue, so I can sit there and pay off this, at least pay rent, rather than you being held up for another 6 months or however long it's going to take for them to come in, where you're not making any money, that you just have to keep on just dishing out. So that's more loans. It's like, it's crazy. It's hard,
Yeah.
It's hard. So it's a lot easier. It's a
pay-to-play system, though.
Yeah.
That's why you have restaurateurs. These are people who realize the process, somewhat mastered it, and then they just know how to exercise it here and there and there and there.
Yeah.
As opposed to your typical individual who's just like, I can cook, or I know someone who can cook, or whatever. I don't know what most individuals' motivation for starting a restaurant is, other than maybe probably working in one. But yeah, I the only people I see opening restaurants and succeeding are people who've opened restaurants.
I feel that's not entirely true.
No, it's completely untrue. But I said that's all I see.
I said, but like I say that because Star was a DJ.
Okay.
And he started off with a martini bar, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Concept.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure he worked at something like that before he just jumped into something like that. Like, being a DJ probably put him in a position where he was working at a place like that regularly, so he got to see the system.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that's like being a DJ or being a former DJ is like, you don't, like, nah. No.
Oh, just flex all on me. Okay.
Nah, it's just no, because you don't, that's a whole world that, like, maybe, I don't know, depending on how, I guess, cool you are with the ownership of clubs or the venues, then they'll let you in to know this whole process or whatever. But for the most part,
I feel like you can work at a place and look at it and see it. You don't necessarily have to understand everything, but you can look, like, for instance, if, like, a place that I worked at, they had DJs come in on a regular basis, let's say every weekend, but it's the same DJs every weekend for years.
Mm-hmm.
For years. You working at the same place every weekend for 7 years, 6 years, 5 years.
Yeah,
it's just a gig for you.
Yeah.
But you're going to pick up some things, man.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you might even come swing through throughout the week just to see all the other aspects of it, or see some of the other aspects of it that you didn't get to see while you were working.
That's a whole different perspective too.
It is, because it's almost an inside-out kind of thing.
Yeah, any DJ that I know, obviously they're not focused on the food, the hospitality industry. So it's just like, all right,
I mean, I know DJs that absolutely are, though.
See, that's not crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
In this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
But way back when, like I said, they're doing like that. Way back when, no, because it was still just a certain range where, I guess, entertainers, like, they're sitting there focused on getting their next booking, how to move out within the music industry, not the food and beverage industry.
Yeah,
like,
but
food and beverage is now starting, like, cause like you got Questlove sitting here getting more involved in the food and beverage industry, I
mean, beyond something becoming trendy or becoming a fad, before it happens to become a fad, it's popular, right? And before it's popular, there's a reason why it becomes a trend, or it becomes a bunch of people doing it. And the reason that a bunch of people are doing it is because there's an opportunity there, or there's an offshoot for that opportunity that a lot of people get the opportunity to see. Mm-hmm. So, like, if there is lots of DJs or lots of people who like DJs, to me, in my eyes now, DJs are people who've worked at restaurants in a lot of cases, or worked at places attached to kitchens, or worked at places that sold liquor. Even at the Fillmore, DJs who book shows there or get shows booked there, they still work with bartenders regularly. You know, so they might hang out with bartenders regularly.
Yeah.
They always say, tip your bartenders. You know, they might have that connection. And so because of that, being a restaurateur is just one more step closer, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, it's like cultures that collide.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Alright, so, because it still goes into, like, the kind of people who are considered restaurateurs. Like, it's hard. I mean, it's not hard. You're absolutely correct. Just because what they do is say, like, chef owner, you know? They don't necessarily say restaurateur if, I guess, they're not chefs.
Yeah?
So.
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, who, like, I can't think of...
A restaurateur who isn't a chef? Or wasn't a chef?
No, not necessarily.
Shannon Sharp?
Okay, so, alright. What I still... Hold on.
Ludacris?
I still believe I still believe that they sit there and that there's a complete distinction. Because they say chef/owner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess there has to be a number. I don't know the number where you become a restaurateur.
I don't know. I look at this shit like a whiskey bottle. Like, these terms don't necessarily have laws attached to them, so you can kind of say what you want. You can represent yourself however you want to represent yourself. Sometimes people's titles come down to whatever the nigga who was making the website felt like writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's just my perspective of it.
Yeah, because it's still, like, for me, it's unclear. It's still funny. Because this was like, all right, I understand, like, if I was a chef, I probably wouldn't want to take on the title restaurateur because, you know, like,
Well, you kind of got to, I think it's a multi type of thing.
I would take pride.
I think it's a multi kind of thing with that title also.
So
I think you have to have more than one.
What's a restaurateur then? I guess that's what it comes down to. What's a restaurateur?
Google that shit, nigga.
Like, straight to get...
What is a restaurateur? Damn it. You stupid ass. She thought I said restaurant tour. All right, got you. A person who owns and manages a restaurant. How about that?
That's it.
No, you never just read one dictionary. One definition.
That's...
A restaurateur is a person who opens and runs restaurants professionally. See, now that's a little bit different, isn't it? Now that's Wikipedia, right? Although over time the term has come to describe any person who owns a restaurant, traditionally it refers to a highly skilled professional who is proficient in all aspects of the restaurant business.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. That's
well put.
Yeah.
Well put. So people that I know who own restaurants, they may have been cooks, they might not have been chefs. They may have been dishwashers, they may have been bartenders. Me personally, I don't own a restaurant, but I have worked salad stations, which is, they call it garde manger now when I did the salads and the desserts, but I was at college, so I didn't call it anything. I washed dishes, I bussed tables, I was a busser, I was a server, I was a bartender, I was a bar back. What else is there to do in that bitch?
I'm just like, are you trying to sit there and classify yourself as a restaurateur?
No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say that in these positions, a lot of people move around. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily a hierarchy, but it almost is a hierarchy. And a person who ends up owning a restaurant may just find themselves doing all of that shit beforehand.
I think that the difference within that terminology of the restaurateur was that it focused, that it highlighted or went out its way to highlight to me that understands the business of every aspect of that of I guess restaurant.
Okay.
Which is totally different than understanding the art.
Well, okay. I won't say the art. I don't want to say the art versus the business because that's not
the position. Yeah. I mean, it always comes down to art versus commerce. But the understanding.
That's not the conversation we're having though right now. The conversation we're having right now is more so talking about business versus the various positions in-house. So you're talking about looking at something from like an ownership level versus looking at it from like, I'm saying it's a process.
If you're going to sit there
and it's a system.
It doesn't have to be that process for you to have that title of restaurateur. Because if you can understand the business, they don't...
No, I'm not. All right, I'm saying that it's a system. I'm saying that the system has a whole bunch of different pieces. Forget that I said process. I shouldn't have said process. It's a system. The system needs a whole bunch of components in order to function, right? The components are, you got your liquor, you got your person who serves your liquor, you got your food, you got your person who serves your food, you got your person who prepares your food, you got your person, sorry about that, you got your person who prepares your food, you got all of these different people, you got your person who greets you when you come in the door, you got the person who cleans up after you leave, you know, all of these different aspects.
Yeah.
Now that is all
operations.
That's all operations, right?
Yeah.
Now as far as the ownership level, you're talking about the business behind that. So I'm not saying that there's the art versus the business and commerce of it. I'm saying that there's the operations versus the actual ownership level of it, which is the business. So operations versus business. And business is actually what? Fiscal, corporate, what do you want to call that? Because that's business.
No.
Because there's one nigga who handles your books. You know what I'm saying? So that's business. There's another lawyer, you know what I mean, who handles your motherfucking contracts. That's business. Mm-hmm. But then there's you who has the vision and makes the deals. Mm-hmm. That's business. Yeah. I get you, but how are we classifying this? But I'm not gonna say it's art versus fucking commerce.
That's the whole. But then that comes to the whole conversation of, what the fuck is a restaurateur then?
A restaurateur is the person who is the owning all of this shit.
Who? I mean, but then they also have partners.
How hands-on do you want to be to have to classify this person as a restaurateur? Because honestly,
that's what it comes down to.
Honestly, a person can be completely hands-off by that definition and be a restaurateur.
They can be. They can be.
So I'm saying that most of the people that I know who own restaurants have worked in various positions of restaurants and have so many different perspectives given to them from working and seeing it from so many different angles. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying that that's required, and I'm not even saying that that's mostly the case. I'm saying that that's the people I've met.
I'm surprised that it even took this way.
There might be a football player who owns 38 KFCs, who I don't feel like naming, but he's a restaurateur, my G. Yeah. More so than these niggas that I've met who own 4 or 5 great restaurants.
Definitely call himself that, and so that term. All right, so that's going to be another discussion. That's funny. That's awesome. That's awesome that we even stumbled upon this, because I actually want to dive deeper into that, because that's a whole different like thought process and understanding, and it's just like, well, why would you? That's where I was going with that. Where it's like, well, why would you sit there and have chef/owner as your title?
Because you're a chef.
Restaurateur.
Because you're a chef and an owner. Yeah, because I mean some.
Well, see, but then that makes me.
Some dudes that own the spots are the bartender guy.
Yeah.
Some guys that own the spots are the bartender guy.
Yeah, I do know that. But you're the bartender/owner.
But you might not bartend at all, so you might just be the owner.
And then I was like, all right.
But you might just be the nicest bartender in the house, you know.
I'm doing that. Yeah, I get you. I get you. So I think that's going to be another conversation that we dive into later.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an example that we both know very well of a guy who owns a spot who's not a chef.
Like we got here,
Teddy's a guy who owns a spot. He's a restaurateur. He's not a chef.
He's not a bartender either.
He's not a bartender either.
Yeah.
He just got money. Yeah. His dad owned a spot before him, though.
I know.
Wait, because his dad could have been a bartender or a chef, though, if you think about it. I think his dad was a bartender.
I don't know too much about Teddy's dad. I
don't know anything about anybody.
I was gonna say I just recently met him, and he's a cool guy.
No, he's a really nice guy.
You know, like,
very nice
definitely
guy.
would, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure Teddy would tell me everything about his dad. Cause
Just be like, yo, did your dad own or
used
cook?
the world
Did your dad bartender cook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we got here just based off of like the business decision of owning or renting
your real estate. Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, like, so all of these things kind of just go in mind because in the post, in the group, someone said that that Star has whatever amount of money and he can sit there and rent out these places. You know, he doesn't have to own any of the real estate.
It's a business decision.
It is.
He has a reason for it.
And all of it's in a certain spot, you know, certain area that he can afford. Maybe he has deals.
Now let me say this. The story that I told you last time, based on this guy being bamboozled and hoodwinked out of his store because he didn't own the property that it was attached to, and his store being such a prime location, him not owning the property, kind of took him out of position to be in power, right? Mm-hmm. But that's all negotiable, G.
Yeah.
You don't have to own it, but you can definitely make sure he don't fuck you.
Yeah.
That's all negotiable. So there's clauses you can put.
But
you
then
know?
that still
he just
comes
didn't
down,
know that.
That still comes down to the business minded.
So with that said, like a Star guy, maybe I could see the advantages of not owning a spot because of certain, various things that you're not responsible for, like zoning and certain big fucking issues like leaks and roof stuff. And,
I mean, but then now things come down to marketability.
Okay.
Within like conversations as far as real estate goes, because this is like, all right, well, based off of my following and all of this, because that's a whole conversation that happens now or that's been happening for a while. It's just like, this is how many people are going to come to view whatever development this is just because my name's attached to it, you know? This is going to be a certain amount of awareness because my following will see it.
What about that?
So that's part of the negotiation.
For
when you're sitting there doing these deals.
How does that help a person who owns a building?
Because they won't sit there and charge you as much because there's value because they want people to come to their staff. Not just.
How does that get them money? They already got money from you paying them rent. They don't care if people come or not.
But that's a whole negotiation deal where you can lower your rent.
How?
Because of that.
Why
because they want people to come to see the development. Let's see. Like the.
Why do they want people to come to see the development? You're already paying them.
Because it's still potential.
You are already paying.
It's still potential money for other outlets that's within it, like a mall.
Okay, so you're assuming that it's that type of situation. You gotta say that, man. Those are provisos. Like you gotta.
I mean, but still, even still.
So if it's a strip mall, and the person who owns this place has other properties that they're invested in, you bringing like value, like they want you to bring.
Yeah, but it's still,
traffic to the whole area.
That's still not limited to just that. It's still.
I mean, no. It might be a hotel. It might be a bunch of different shit.
It could just be a street. You know, like when people buy one property, they're looking to sit there and buy if it's going to be valuable or make a profit. They're looking to buy as much of that around that area they could.
Yeah. I can see various cases in which somebody owns more than one property on one street.
So,
okay, cool.
So it's still just that negotiation, regardless. So
right. But that's leverage you come into it with, knowing that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that comes from what?
That's business.
Yeah.
That's business. I guess that's.
No, I know that's business, but I'm saying that comes from what? Experience. Where's that knowledge come from? Being able to walk into there knowing you have that leverage. Do you read a book? I guess you read a book.
I mean.
Or you get a lawyer.
Or you just.
Or you know better.
Or you know better.
How do you know better?
Or, like I guess you would sit there and just talk to realtors.
Talk to realtors.
That's all I can think of, because that's the only way that I learned about that leverage.
Okay.
Was by sitting there.
Talking to a realtor? That's who told you? You heard it from the mouth of a realtor?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Nice.
So I just thought, I'm just like, okay. All right, so rather than sitting there just going on to like, whatever firm.
So let's restate that for the folks that are listening, what this jewel is, because this was like pulling teeth for a second.
Trying to get to that understanding.
Yeah. So, forgive me if I say this wrong. You're saying that you, as a person pursuing ownership of a property, or sorry, not pursuing ownership. So you, as a person, a potential, what do you call it, a lessee, person, lessee, and you as a potential tenant to a person who owns a property. If your restaurant is popping and is the shit, you can use that as leverage if they own other properties in that area or on that block. Renegotiation to be able to say, I'm bringing this value to this place that is bringing interest and value to your business and properties.
Doesn't mean they're going to accept that, though.
No, it doesn't, but it gives you leverage.
It gives you leverage, yeah.
This is one more arguing point, and it is legitimate.
Yeah. I just say that because I think of the case of Milk and Honey in New York. Milk and Honey was a craft cocktail bar, speakeasiest style. Sasha, he recently passed a couple years ago. Yeah, so he was in a lease like that where, I mean, he didn't own it. Mm-hmm. And everybody went to this bar, and they made great drinks, great cocktails. It was a fun time and everything, and when renegotiations came up, or when the lease ended, the owner was just like, well, no, I'm going to charge you out the whatever, I know how much you're bringing in, I know how much you're making, and I'm going to up this to this ridiculous amount. So it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Do you sit there and stay at something that you branded? Because you pretty much branded that area, that neighborhood, that establishment, that place.
You made the sun shine on that street.
For real, for people to just continuously keep coming and spending money, making the value of that area come up? Or do you sit there and just like, you know what? I did it here, I can do it somewhere. I can take the same thing and go somewhere else. It's tough. But that's why if you don't own the place, I highly just focus on just the brand, whatever it is, whatever your concept is, your idea. Make it so it can go anywhere. And people aren't attached to just
the space, the location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice, but
it's hard. I mean, but I'd rather sit there and rebuild it in a place that I can afford to own the real estate, so therefore I don't have to sit there and even worry about that.
Yeah, I can think of a lot.
Go to another lease and sit there and then.
I can think of a lot of really good examples for why that's a good business maxim. There's a lot of very, very great and big brands that completely transcend any of their retail locations. But in hospitality, not such a thing. Mm-hmm. Venues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Atmosphere, the space, the location, that's all very huge. Then on top of that, a lot of that traffic is neighborhood traffic. Mm-hmm. And
not if it's a destination
and regular commute traffic. Yeah, but a lot of destination spots are destination spots. Like, you built it on a rock, but that rock already had a whole bunch of nice shit on it,
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of star places.
Yeah, but
or just destination spots. It just so happens to be now a destination town or city, and everybody knows. They're like, oh snap, I have to go here, I have to go there, and then they ask the people that working at those spots, like, well, where do you go? And then they name none of the spots that you see,
mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that Star is fucking building his restaurants in dilapidated part of the city and then having people come out to there and then making that part beautiful. No, I think he's building this shit in nice parts.
Yeah,
and I think that
nice parts.
Yeah, so I don't think, even though his store may be or his place may be a destination location, it's still very, very dependent upon the location that he chooses.
Yeah.
So I'm saying pop-up shops, right? For instance, the vegan spot that you told me about, mm-hmm. Unsold Food. They don't have a location, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah.
But the people love it, or at least that's the perception that their marketing gives.
Yeah.
Right. But I want it. I want to find it. I'm hoping to see it. Like, I'm looking for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's because they don't have a location. And that's a great business model as well, but it's a completely different business model.
Yeah.
Now, once they have a location, they can't depend on that no more. They can't depend on the scarcity game.
Yeah.
I mean, they can depend on the scarcity game in the way that they can change their menu rapidly. They can still play off scarcity, but they can't do it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just like, well, yeah.
But, yeah, so I see it's powerful, but, you know, it's just different.
All right, so having no real estate is powerful right now because of the whole scarcity. It's like, oh, snap. Limited time only.
Scarcity always works, though.
It does. Just as well as exclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I mean, because then
we only have so many of these.
I'm like, we can sit there and talk about Lee from Hop Sing, you know,
mm-hmm.
where his whole thing is like he specifically marketed to like people that's traveling. So when you're flipping through a magazine on an airplane, you see that as the go-to
that represents
place in
the city.
Philadelphia,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
and all of that kind of stuff. And like, it's in Chinatown.
So it's near the bus depot, it's near the hotel, it's the Chinatown.
Yeah,
So,
you know, so it's just like, all right. And then like for that, like now, like who knows if he's paying for any of his publicity now or, you know, the exclusivity of getting in it because he turned a lot of people away, even like high profile athletes away. It's just like all of that still just adds on to the
mystique.
Yeah, of that business. No matter where where it moves, I'm pretty sure if he decided to move elsewhere, I'm pretty sure people would still go out to try to find it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that it comes down to the real estate for that place.
Okay. That could be true.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I
don't know.
Because it comes down to the brand and not where it's located. With that. Well,
kinda. Yeah, kinda. But at the same time, it's still slightly dependent on the location. Like, even though that's not necessarily what he branded it to be, and even though he harnessed a lot of strength from it, that's not everything that he gets. Like, he gets a lot of people who are, you know, I guess you say neighborhood people.
No, I don't think that.
No, I say so. When I say neighborhood people, I mean he get his own market, but he get Chinese people from all over the city.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I heard about it. My Chinese homies. So I think that is a unique market in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
You got the cultural kick going on there, and then so if he travels, it'll travel well. But I think that like he's still really dependent on that location, like in a sense. It might travel well because it's Chinese, but even if he goes if I was him, I would only go to places where it's mad Chinese folks at. Like, I would pick locations of the city where it's easy for Chinese people to go to, and it's more convenient. That's what I would do.
I sit there and I don't think that. Well, I don't know, you know, like his books or anything like that. But I haven't heard about him from any person of Asian descent, period. You know? Like, period. So for like you to say this to me, I'm not like, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying?
No. No, it's fine. You just don't see it that way.
Yeah, it's just like, well, you know, I've never heard like anybody ever like anybody that I know that's even in that area never speaks of that place at all. I just hear.
So you think that shit, if it was in the middle of West Philly, it would be just as fucking popping?
Well, no. See, where you get your start is where you get your start. You know, like if that was convenient, right then and there, you know.
Because it's a great location. You can't deny it's a great location.
Yeah. I would not do that. Because it is a great location.
It is still next to the hotels and stuff.
Yeah, like I'm not disputing that.
So.
But if it moved,
you're telling me that
if it moved, I'm pretty sure it would still do good because like everybody.
But it depends where it moved.
Yeah.
So it would still be
Yeah.
location based.
No, because you have to think like, what's that like? Is there
Name a place. Name a place where it could. I'm telling you,
I'm thinking
if
like
you put
Fume.
it,
Where's that?
if you-
51st and is that 51st and Market?
I don't know. Never been there.
It's around there, but it's kind of divey-ish.
Okay.
But they make great craft cocktails, and it's just a vibe where the neighborhood supports it, but everybody throughout supports it when they go in. It's just like, oh snap, this is like one of the coolest places ever, you know?
Okay.
So I'm just like,
Did they start there?
yeah.
So there's a whole different case for why. So there's a whole different case for why they work there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
But people come to there because they started there. So that's what it comes down to.
I'm just saying, man.
I
There's
think-
different appeals. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that you can easily start some shit and make it work without a location first.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say easily. I'll say that I've seen many examples of how people can start shit and make it work without a location first. Just getting buzz up. But I mean, I think that's completely different than if you have a location. I think you got to attack shit in a completely different way.
Yeah, I mean, well, because like the whole idea or concept of it is because you want people to gather.
Do you?
If you're running a restaurant or bar, because that's the philosophy behind it in the beginning, is to build that community where people can sit there and have like punch bowls and all of that kind of jazz and speak of all the things they say not to speak of now. Politics, religion, like all that. It was just a spot where you can go and chill with your homies or your, whatever, you know?
What do you think the odds are that there's a person who owns a restaurant who's never heard what you just said?
Oh, I think it's really high.
Okay, cool.
I think it's really high.
All right, cool. So I don't think it's the same for everybody then.
No, I'm not saying that it's the same for everybody. No. I am saying that it's the same because it's the
You
idea.
said that it's the gathering, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Because I don't like you don't have to know the culture of anything like in order to sit there and jump into it and actually like hit, you know, like for it to just to be the jackpot or the lottery. No. You don't have to. You can sit there and just get in and be like, okay, all right. Well, I think it would be pretty cool if I sit there and just do the same exact thing that my competitor is doing, but just gearing it towards a different audience, and it still is going to work. They don't have to know anything. That's business. It's just like how you got Walmart and Target across the street from each other, or Home Depot and Lowe's right across the street from each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's that. And it's just happening. It just so happens that it's just like oversaturated now because there's so many options and there's so many people trying to play that game where a lot of people aren't trying to play the.
What are you referring to? What's oversaturated?
The restaurant industry, the bar and restaurant industry.
Okay.
Because everybody's trying to do Italian cuisine, French cuisine. You know, no one like. Now, I guess you say now, Asian fusion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just sitting there just trying to replicate things. And it's so many that's across the board. Like, even Star has Elvez, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he knows, you know, but he was able to put people in a position to sit there and get them to show their artistic creations.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, but I guess that's the restaurateur rather than the chef owner. I'm sitting here just trying to work it out right now. This is on the fly conversation.
Okay.
That's like, because that's kind of what's making sense to me as we sit there and have more and more of this conversation. But it still comes down to like the real estate, because there are places like all the authentic cuisines are located within where that culture is, I guess you would say. So if you're looking at the Italian market, of course there are great Italian restaurants down there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Their location is prime, right? I would think. You know?
Yeah.
But it's
pretty
missing
good.
something, right?
Why would you say that?
Well, I guess because people are going to Michael Salshan places for Italian cuisine, which is located in not the Italian market.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, right? A lot of, at least in this city, a lot of the restaurant business is supported by the fact that it's in the district. Once you leave the district, you lose a whole lot of foot traffic and exposure. That's why you said, like, the boy Hop Singh, he advertised to people who are, you know, tourists and from out of the city. But he's in the fucking tourist, he's in the middle of a tourist location. It's a historical district that he belongs to, and his historical district is right next to the restaurant district, within walking distance of the restaurant district of the city. So his location is prime.
Yeah,
now,
great.
Now, with the restaurants that you were referring to in South Philly next to the Italian market, those, they don't drive the same traffic because they're not in the restaurant district, but they have residential traffic, which is a whole different thing.
Hold on.
They got actual...
If Chinatown was located somewhere else...
Mm-hmm. If it wasn't anywhere near the restaurant district...
Do you think that he would still be there, or do you think that he would be there?
Nah, it's not about where he would be, what decisions he would make, and how his life would work out. It's more so about, would it get as much traffic? Would he have that extra thing to depend on? I don't know. I personally don't know, because he is already near the hotels, like I said, near the tourists, because, you know, you got the fucking City Hall, you got the Liberty Bell, you got all that shit going on. Mm-hmm. And then he has the historical Chinatown district to depend on. So there's a whole lot of foot traffic all around that area. There's the convention center 2 blocks away, 1 block away, the biggest convention center on the East Coast.
Great real estate.
The biggest convention center on the East Coast, mind you. So, yeah, man, it's a lot going on. He's right in the middle of it, my G.
Yeah. That was it, sorry.
Yeah.
Because you were still going on about the Italian.
Oh, with the Italian shit?
Market.
Like I said, they might have a lot of residential people that they depend on, but you know what they can't depend on? From my experience, they can't depend on industry cats sliding through at 1 o'clock in the morning and dropping $400 or $500 real quick. You know?
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
Not even like dropping $400 or $500, like dropping, like, I don't even know, it's crazy. Because they end up sliding the bartender $400 or $500. So dropping like $1,500, dropping like $1,200 amongst all of them. Whatever. But whatever the case may be.
Yeah, so that real estate is really prime. Like, all right, so how many, I guess you say, within boroughs? We don't have boroughs, but, you know, like,
we got
sections of the city do you think is like prime real estate?
For restaurateurs?
Yeah, for restaurateurs.
Okay.
All right, so I guess we should start off with like concepts. A concept. I think a concept will work here.
All right, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead. Set the bounds. So you got the Neighborhood, right? Which is a restaurant district, which is like Midtown Village.
Midtown. That's right? Midtown.
That's Midtown Village, right? All right. So beautiful. Then you got around where Spruce is, which is like, what's that shit called?
Where is Spruce?
Like 17th, 18th, down where I used to work. The Asian spot. Asian fusion spot.
Oh, okay. Oh, Lombard.
Westgate.
Near Lombard.
Northgate.
That's Queen. That's
Queen Village. That's just actual.
Southgate. That's Queen. Yeah.
That's actual Queen Village, right?
Yeah.
So it's so
or
much.
Is it Graduate Hospital?
That's fine. That's Queen Village.
Yeah.
Same thing. So that is where the most money in the city is living, like residing, right? So that's the location. So you just have that, right? And that's very close to one another. Yeah. And then you have Old City. Super touristy.
They're on the opposite side of Broad Street stuff.
I understand, but I just named them as 3 different things. But they are close.
Yeah.
They're all walking distance to an extent. But either way, then you got Old City. These are 3 different locations. So I'm just setting this out on the table, so you go ahead and go where you want. tourists. Old City is completely dependent on tourists, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can see how these things being in walking distance of one another will drive the traffic from each other's restaurants to each other. I've been to places after work in each of those places, and they're convenient to get to. And I've spent a lot of money at each of them. And I'm pretty sure those people have come and spent a lot of money with me. I know people from Westgate. Matter of fact, I know people, Westgate, I gotta stop saying that, Southgate. I know people who worked at Southgate. I know people who work at Southgate. You know what I'm saying? So, same thing with Old City. I know people who work in Old City. I know people who used to work in Old City. I've drank in Old City many amounts of times. I know you're half the people I know.
Oh man, yeah.
So yeah, with that said, you got different things driving each one of these things, but they all still have things that they share.
And the real estate is so high around all of those places.
For reasons that we know.
Because it's a lot of money there.
Well, it's also a lot of history there as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot of history there. Like to tear something down there costs a lot of money.
But there's history everywhere.
No, but that shit's valued.
But
Like,
all right, there we go. All right, cool.
So listen, we live in the hood. He's in the hood. We're in the hood right now. It's black around here. They tear shit down every day to make room for colleges and shit. That's cool. But in the center of the city, you know, Benjamin Franklin stepped on that rock, so we gotta leave that shit there. You know, we gotta leave that shit there. So it is what it is, though.
All right, so I think about all the places. All right, so outside of the city, where the real estate is affordable. It's not called Uptown. Is it called Uptown? Cheltenham area.
We uptown right now.
This is not Uptown. Wait,
This uptown.
This is not Uptown.
This nice town.
Nice Town is on the other side.
So what the fuck is this then?
This is just North Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but it's so broad.
Because it's right there. Broad is right there.
No. I mean, it's so broad as far as North Philly, because North Philly is like.
Oh no, yeah, North Philly.
Like,
yeah, but no.
Like Fifth and Tioga is North Philly too.
But then they would sit there and say, no, Fifth and Tioga.
No, you know what? There's
North
names.
Philly.
No. There's names for these shits. So let's not even.
No,
get it
there's
twisted.
not.
Bro.
Yo, I go through this every week on Fred's virtual happy hour, yo, man.
And who's wrong? Every week. Who's wrong every week? Who's wrong every week?
Well, recently I was
wrong every week?
because they redrew the lines, the boundaries.
Oh, so it's new.
Yeah.
Oh, so they
expanded a lot.
They conspiring against you, huh?
They expired a lot.
They conspiring against you.
Expanded a lot.
All right, I got you.
But no, all right. So let's see. What did I say? All right, that whole yeah, so that's Cheltenham.
Mm-hmm.
Cheltenham would be something really good because there's a lot of money out there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people that's willing to spend money that don't want to necessarily have to go to the city in order to do so. There's a lot of money out in what I don't want to just say Manioc, but Roxborough, Manioc,
okay,
where the property value is just not as much as it would be downtown, and that's like its own little town. Cause you named 30, so let me see one more. I mean, South Philly is already sitting there just going through it.
Yeah, I would have went Manioc. Brewery Town. Did you say Brewery Town?
No, I didn't say Brewery Town.
Brewery Town.
Cause I mean, but the real estate there is a lot now.
All right, so here's what we got here. You got Fairmount, you got Francisville, Spring Garden East, Spring Garden West, Franklin Town, Hahnemann, Logan Square, Fittler Square. You know what I mean? Mantua, Belmont, University City, that's all a thing. So where we at right here? We at West Poplar, East there. Poplar?
Like, keep going.
Shit. I don't care about you. They don't care about you.
It just scrolls the whole slide. It just, alright, for those who can't see on Theo's phone. So it was a breakdown of different boroughs, I guess you would say.
Yeah, and it stopped at 19121.
It stopped at a certain point, so
yeah.
I was trying to keep on going, but it just turned to a whole different slide that had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it helped.
So I mean, but what was all that? All that was near Center City.
It was.
All that was near Center City. So yeah. So, like I said, I'm struggling with this third one because I kind of want to sit there and say like Lancaster.
What? You talking about University City?
No, not Lancaster Ave. Even the. No,
You talking about University City?
No. I'm talking about a whole different section of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you talking about a whole different like city, pretty much. That's like a real different city.
Wait.
That's like Allentown. Like that's like a different city.
I'm trying to be different.
All right. No, don't be different. Just be right.
Like, jeez, Louise. I mean, because everything's expanding, you know?
Uh-huh.
Because I was gonna, like, South Philly, you know, that's already, property didn't went up. Fairmont, that went
I mean, the
like,
city is the city, bro. The city is the city.
Mills.
Everything in the city is developing.
This actually is about to get taken up to Mills because they have the whole hotel that's going to be built right there.
Yeah.
That just got approved. So, you know, like, but I would say right here then.
Yeah, it's not.
Area.
It's clearly not as easy to find what I was looking for
Broad and
as
area.
I thought it would be.
Would be a really great spot. I guess off continuation of last conversation, just like Max has been there forever, you know?
Yeah.
The winery's been milking that forever with no competition. I mean, they have competition, but not like, you know, I mean, it's just...
It's there. It's what it is.
It's other options.
It's what it is, though.
You know.
So, I mean, do you want to have a conversation about gentrification right now, or
no,
what were you asking about the cities for, as far as the district, or sorry, the districts?
No, because we were talking, because I was
the locations that are prime for restaurateurs.
Oh, because I presented the whole like, whoa, Lee is killing it, you know. Well, Hopsing Laundromat is killing it, and then you were sitting there saying if you took that and put it somewhere else, it probably wouldn't work unless. Then I'm just like, well, I mean, you sit there, because then we went in a Star, you know, like we just went into different like places, and it's like, oh shit.
Like I'm not gonna say, listen, bro, if that dude came up with all of that, and you know, is a success in what he's doing and the way he's doing it, I'm not like. Don't get me wrong, he could probably buy a spot in North Philly and know what to do with it and make it just as successful or almost as successful. Or he could take the same business model and possibly make it almost as successful. But I'm just saying that he's thriving a lot off of that location. Yeah. You can't deny that.
See, now, because I think that goes into, like, so that's like, in this particular moment, that's hard to say. That's hard to say, too, because I can't say that. Well, I can't say that only because restaurants are kind of closed right now. Because I'm just like, well, South. It's owned by the Bynum Brothers on Broad Street. I'm like, that
is a fucking trash place.
It is.
For the record.
It is.
It's called South. It's in North Philly. It's trash. They should have known. How you gonna be in North Philly and call yourself South? It's trash.
Yeah.
So trash. The service is trash. The food is trash. The management, trash. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, because you know I can keep on going.
I know. I got stories,
I just think, like, I'm sitting
I just don't want to have
like,
so many stories.
The Jets, not the what ifs. What is it? The, like, just so happens. Like, because it just so happens that, because he was probably already in that place before, I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly. I know what I'm trying to say.
You talking about basketball player Bynums?
No. I'm not talking about Bynum at all. I'm talking about Hopsing.
Oh, okay.
In that place.
What about it?
Hopsing in that place just so happened to be where his community is. Where he can get a good start, where just so happens. I don't think it's just calculated to the point. Like, I give him a lot of credit, but I don't give him that much credit where it's just like, I don't give him any credit at all besides like, oh shit, you just came up. But I think it's more so just like alright, this is where my culture is, my people, you know, I'm just trying to do this. And then it just so happened that everything just worked. I don't think it was as calculated as like this is sounding.
I mean, even if you don't make a conscious decision to do that and be that, if that's where you're doing and that's where you at and you see the opportunity there, why would you do anything else? Why would you go outside of that? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's just
I don't know.
I mean, it's just like, well, where are you going to go? Like,
but also, all right, well, let me say this then. Because that didn't make any sense, what I just said.
I understood where you're trying to go.
Yeah, I know, but it's not good enough. What I'll say is this. I like to give people a little bit more credit when they're so successful. I like to think that they put a little thought into the things that they did. And I like to think that they at least considered most of the variances and things around them and the conditions. Even if it's something that they didn't necessarily contribute all the way to, they recognize it, you know?
Yeah.
So I do like to give a person that much credit. I do like to assume that he at least sees that.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't disagree with that, but then I'm pretty sure that there are like opportunities available, like real estate.
You don't think this boy had one opportunity to go do something in Manioc or do something?
Yeah,
in
I'm pretty
South
sure
Philly?
he could have, but I'm pretty sure that it was more cost efficient to do it within Chinatown.
No, I'm not talking about as opposed to what he was doing. I'm talking about since then.
Oh, since then. Oh no, he doesn't like.
Exactly.
Like he doesn't want to do anything.
I don't
else
think
right
he
now.
does.
Like he's shown. I mean, no, I know what he wants to do next, but
Okay.
I don't think he would. Like he'll pull the trigger. He doesn't have to right
Okay.
now because of that, because of everything.
Okay.
But yeah, like no, I still think, but it still comes down to like, all right, so real estate. Yeah, It still comes down to the real estate, and I think a lot of people miss the marker. Because they're trying to get into the matrix rather than sit there and just do something dope wherever they're going to be. If they go outside of the city, I feel like a lot of places kind of thrive off of. Well, this
All
is
right.
where
So
it's at.
what we talked about was on the last episode that opened this whole shit up. I guess you could say was the dude,
landlord.
Sam Walton, and the situation that he went through, right?
Yeah.
So the landlord fucked him, and the landlord was only able to fuck him because there was no other place in town he could go to. Keep this in mind, right? And now keep also in mind that he had his spot where he had his spot because that was the center. That was where everybody was already at. He was right across the street from his main competitor. But foot traffic dictated that everybody's here anyway, so they're gonna have to make a decision once they get there. So there you go with the districts again. So we're talking about districts again now, right? So then when he left and he had no chance, like he wasn't gonna be able to build his same amount of traffic outside of the center. And he recognized that. That's why he was able to get fucked, right? So once he left, the most important thing for him was choosing a location,
But that's
choosing
how
a
everybody's
town,
gonna feel.
choosing a city.
You're not going to be able to get this. Like, anybody in Center City is going to sit there, any landlord is going to sit there and say, you're not going to be able to get this foot traffic wherever else you go. So, either pay this or fail.
I mean, you saying, I don't get what you're saying. Can you restate that, please?
So, any landlord that's in the Center City
Has the opportunity to do that?
to sit there and say,
I mean, not if you put it in the contract.
to charge whatever they want. No, definitely would. Renegotiation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like right now. Like sit there and be like, all right, hold the horses.
No, I got you. But
You know,
yeah.
but it's
Every
just
landlord does to have the opportunity to do that
to
and
sit
take
there.
the
Yeah, but like you're not going to get the same foot traffic because you know why? Because we're downtown.
Yeah, but his situation isn't like our situation was, where it's like maybe you can go to South Philly and get another type of foot traffic, or go to whatever the fuck Ian's neighborhood is called and get another type of foot traffic.
Yeah, no, you'll get some foot traffic, but but the whole point is you won't get this. This is prime. This is what you want, you know? And that's how a lot of, I think.
You might even have to refashion. You might even have to refashion your shit completely to be able to fit into another location.
Yeah, they sit there and do that, or you probably don't because everybody's looking. Everybody goes downtown to look for what you're offering or something similar. Because there are people that go all the way up to Cheltenham for Korean fried chicken. You know, like. Spicy, as spicy as you can give it to them, you know, like, and it's not just one demographic, you know.
Okay.
It's.
Yeah, but what contributes. Listen, I'm not saying you can't be successful outside of these districts. I'm saying that these districts contribute to a lot of success. That's all.
Oh yeah, no.
Motherfuckers have great business models elsewhere and make other locations pop. And I'm pretty sure that that's what you're advocating for in the whole bigger picture of this conversation, which is basically shining a light at the top of the hill. I'm gonna go up there and build some shit. And
like
make them
all
come.
these things, but these things are rooted within the community and are supposed to build up communities. But they're in a community that there's no community to build up besides sitting there competing against other competitors. So downtown is just nothing but like
you know what's
retail.
sad? We ain't mentioned South Street and none of that. That shit's dead.
Yo, because it's dead now.
That shit's dead.
I mean, but the property value is still high.
Of course, because of where it's at. Because of it's still in the middle and it's still next to everything.
Yeah.
But it's just nobody is doing anything on that strip particularly.
I mean, no, because there are places that tried to do things, though that's still there.
No, it's more popping around 16th, 17th because of Spruce and because of Queen Village.
Yeah, it was like that's where Southgate is at.
Yeah, Queen Village.
They were there before.
Oh, were they? They moved off of South Street?
No. I mean, they're on Lombard.
And they're across the street from a hotel.
They're on Lombard.
Southgate. Not a hotel.
Is not across
I meant to say hospital.
Yeah.
So you could depend on people coming from a hospital.
So, yeah, I mean...
Because that's how Milk Boy is.
Yo, Milk Boy, alright. Alright, so, but Milk Boy also has a location on South Street.
They also got a motherfucking studio and live music in the motherfucker. Yeah, there's a lot of different places. There's a lot of things that make places pop.
But there are bars on South Street. Like, there's Tattoo Moms. There's a lot of places just on South Street. It's just that...
Yeah, but that's all they got.
They have more.
No, I'm not saying that is the only bars there. I'm saying that that's the only draw. Like those,
I mean, because they were banking on fashion before.
Nah, were they?
Like, yeah, because it was way
a fashion
more
district.
fashion.
Right.
It was a whole
fashion
that
district
was geared towards the youth, which was us back then. But now, like,
you're right about that.
Like, it changed a whole lot because, like, the youth fashion is a lot different. They don't care about Reebok. They don't care about, you call it RBK now. They don't care about the Adidas store. They don't care about any of that.
No, I care about the Adidas store.
But you're the one that was marketed to when we were younger.
Yeah.
You and I, like.
No, but all those stores that they
Sneaker Villa is not even there anymore.
DTLR. No, but there used to be a place called Official. There was skate shops. There was Agent. There was a lot of exclusive spots where you can get things that only they had and shit.
Now it's just thrift shops.
So
all the fashion left, and now it's just.
I wonder why. But the thing is, they left before we left. Yeah, I didn't stop going there. I mean, I didn't stop going there until they started changing up on me.
Well, because you're looking at it as because we got older, and they didn't. Then maybe they didn't think that we're.
Oh yeah, no, they can't just keep pandering. They gotta pander to the kids.
Yeah.
They can't just pander to us.
Yeah, so they left. It was like, all right, well, they went off to college. It's not the same anymore. It's not the same clientele.
Do you feel like you dress your age?
Do I dress my age? I don't know how you're supposed to dress. Like, I would rather sit there and just like have on a t-shirt and these sweats.
I saw a picture where it was like 20-year-old, he had on a hoodie and he had his hoodie on a certain way. And he had his jeans, and his jeans fit a certain way. And it was a 30-year-old. He had a hoodie on a certain way. Jeans was a certain way. His shit was like down and like that, a little sloppy and shit. Then there was a 40-year-old, and his jeans and his hoodie, and they were all fitting. They all fit a little differently, and they were all white guys, by the way. But the 20-year-old definitely was a little bit more like me, and the 30-year-old was a little bit more like a lot of just regular people I chill with. And the 40-year-old was like a 40-year-old.
It's like, fuck it.
Yeah, 40. It was like a 40-year-old. So, do you feel like you dress your age?
I don't know what that means, but
okay.
I feel like I dress what's comfortable for me, so I don't give a fuck about any of it.
Okay.
Per se.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to dress what I feel is comfortable because I like to be comfortable.
Okay.
So, that's it. I don't know how you're supposed to answer that, because if I, like, yo.
That's bullshit, because you put no thought into it, and you absolutely didn't even consider or take my question seriously, because you wear fucking suits on occasion. I've seen you wear ties. I've seen you wear all types of, whoa, wait, I'm still talking now.
The range.
I'm still talking now. I've seen you wear sneakers. I've seen you go away from sneakers. I've seen you pay a lot of money for sneakers, and I've seen you pay no money for sneakers. I've seen you care about things and not care about things. I've seen you give up on sneakers for the last fucking couple months. Like, so I just don't know, and I'm asking because like I'm saying, you could have put a little bit more thought into the goddamn question, because like I said, there was a time when you always had on a button-up shirt.
Yo, I used to always be fly, yo.
I don't know
That's
about
what you
that.
were saying.
I'm not giving you that
That's
credit.
what you're getting to.
I'm not giving you that credit.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, I used to dress fly as fuck. And then I decided that, nah.
You should show them that bottle.
No, man, not until they pay us.
They not paying nobody. They're not paying anyone.
I know, I might just do it just for that now.
They're not paying anyone.
They're not paying anyone. Savage.
Yeah. Is it legal to bring that across state lines?
Yo, I got it down the street.
They sell that in the city?
Yeah, they sell it in the wine spare stores.
Oh shit. Never mind.
You see the rebranding? Come on, man. Like,
I thought you got it in Jersey.
Like, you in their whole, like, they might pay us now. Like, you see that? It's not the same branding as you remember. It's not the same branding. Like, I got this bottle just because I had to use it for cleaning.
Yeah, but I bet you it's the same company though.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. But they just know that they had to sit there and
change it
up
up
a little bit. Because there's a lot less pink that's going on. Now you see more of the, like, navy bluish kind of, you know, like, hit us up. We got you guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Like an Ocean Navy proof rum and shit.
You know, like, oh man, you see what they did. But it's cool. What was I getting at? Oh yeah, man, talking about the swag. Alright, so look, I used to dress really fly. I used to care a lot. Just play around. And then I got to a point in college where I was just like, you know what? Nah. And it wasn't because of Mark Zuckerberg.
Wait a minute, bro.
What happened?
What is your timeline, bro? College was like fucking 14.
So what you talking about?
14 years ago. You wore suits and ties like fucking...
Yo, that's because I had to.
You wore suits and ties like 2 or 3 years ago.
It's because I had to.
Within... You might have had on button-ups. You might have had on button-ups about... Matter of fact, you just had button-ups on like 2-3 months ago before you got your job going.
Yo, that's because I had to.
You got your job taken away.
It's because I had to. No, you should have saw the way I dressed before. Yo, you should have saw I was giving it up. But... They were just like, yo, what are you doing? You look fly.
It's like, yo, button that shit up.
Like, no. They were encouraging me, you know? And they were just like, yo, like, I hate when you have it all buttoned up. Cause I was, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I was like, wait, do you want me to shirt? Like, I didn't know if it was risque or not. So I started sitting there and buttoning.
No, you just gotta not listen to these bastards, cause they don't give a fuck about you.
Sitting there and cause I was still fly. Like,
no, they don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck about themselves either. But I was still fly.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, it's cool. But yeah, so the way that I'm dressing now is because I'm sitting here chilling, doing a pod with my homie on this camera, going to show this to you. Like, he's sitting here talking about fashion. Last week, we had no shirt on. We were just out
First,
here.
wait.
Like, he said,
you had a vest on.
Oh, I had a vest on.
And secondly, I'm not talking about fashion. I'm talking about perspective. I asked you, do you feel like you dress your age?
Yeah. Like I said, yeah. Because you remember way back when, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have clothes on.
You know what's funny? I told you that you didn't think enough about it, and that you gave me a bullshit answer, and now you just go
all over me. It's extreme. Man. There's no middle. It's like, yo, we on or we off.
That's why I love you right there. That's why we relate so well.
All right, so this right here probably won't be an episode, but it'll definitely be hot take, because I'm not editing
the fashion part. You're not going through and cutting this shit.
No, it's that easy though.
See, just because I said it, you got to feel challenged about it and be like, well, yeah, I'll do it now. Oh, you think I won't? Oh, you thought I wouldn't? Nah, man. I don't care.
But no, seriously, what I think it comes down to, the original question that I wanted to have for us to sit there and do that is, like, if you had your own concept, to open up your own, like, establishment.
What kind of restaurant would I open?
Yeah.
Right.
That was where it was going to start. And then it was going to go from there, but... Yeah, we got in the restaurateur, so I felt like that kind of covered that.
Okay, well, why don't you tell me yours first?
No, because I already
you clearly have thought about this.
Because I already asked, because I already asked you. Okay. But I thought about it deep.
Okay, I haven't thought about it. I've seen many angles, and I've seen many different things that people could capitalize off of, and I do like I like the idea of hitting like 3 or 4 different bases, about 3 or 4 different bases, and I've seen it done seamlessly. Do I look pretty right now?
Oh, because my finger's on it, that's why. Alright.
So anyway, I hit like 3 or 4 different bases. Like, I've seen it done seamlessly. Like, for instance, you could have a Mexican restaurant / dance club / craft cocktails.
I see where you're going.
Wait.
No, because
/ craft cocktails with like a huge tequila selection.
Come on, listen. You, I don't care about any of that. I don't care what you've seen.
I'm working my way through it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, right now, on the fly. Because I see you.
Who the fuck is you snapping at?
Don't buy time. Don't buy time.
I'm not buying time. I'm doing what I think you would do if I snapped at you like that.
Because I'm sorry, you're right. Forgive me.
I just think you would do that.
I would sit there and say, first of all.
Yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't though. That's not me.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
but you did it, so that is you.
I did what you would do.
No, come on, man. All right. No, because we're at in this point, like, because this is something that I thought about way back when.
I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, but then to know that you vocalize that you don't see yourself wanting to like really be like to do this industry. That's why I'm asking. No.
That's not true.
Okay.
I said I don't want to work as a bartender or a server right now, or work like for anybody at all right now. Yeah. I don't want to work for anybody at all right now, no matter what fucking industry. I wouldn't drive Uber. I don't want to do none of that shit. Nobody's paying me. I'm paying myself, except for my clients, right? But nobody at least has given me the opportunity to feel like I want to be a part of something bigger than myself that they already got up and running. If I was to see that, I would definitely want to be a part of it, right? If I felt so compelled to. So I'm not ruling out the opportunity to find a job that would be fucking amazing. But nobody's shown me something that I would want to be a part of right now. Anyways.
That's dope.
With that said, like, I just haven't thought about the kind of place I want. I definitely want to run a place. I definitely want to own a place. Definitely. Now I could go through the shit that I like. I could go for the shit that I like, but that's not what pays the bills. So I would have to come up with like 3 or 4 draws. I really would. And then based on the location that I'm allowed to get, because everything ain't promised. So if let's say I was looking for a location, right? In this fucking city, you got liquor licenses to deal with already. So that limits everything. Mm-hmm. So it'll come down to 1, 2, or 3. All right, if I ended up here, I gotta have this type of place. If I ended up here, I gotta have this type of place. Because I still have to cater to the foot traffic, right? Because either way, we're gonna be in a district. So I have to cater to the foot traffic. Or, you know what I would do though? I'd be new and different and weird. I'd absolutely go out of my way to be new and different and weird every day.
So what is that?
What does that entail?
What
does that entail?
You don't have to do that.
I'm not giving up. I mean, I could give it up, but I would just, that's the rules right there. New and different and weird every day.
Okay. All right.
I would go, so you could call that whatever you want to call it, or you can imagine how that would look, but.
I can't imagine because it's new and different and weird every day.
Exactly. Will we have live music? I'm not sure. Because I'm not sure if the customer base will really want to appreciate that. Like, I saw one place that had live music and it brought life to that shit. Then I saw another place that had live music and it shut the shit down.
Yeah. See, I mean, because you kind of already answered where I was going to go with that, obviously, with real estate. Because I wanted to start off with, originally I was just going to ask you, just because I wanted people to get to know you even more.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, like, what kind of concept would you think of? All right. And then go into the business aspect, but we already did it with the restaurateur kind of shit. So it's just like, doesn't matter at this point because we got so much across, even though it's like, it's chopped. But it's so much across where we came to a understanding of, oh shit, like these niggas ain't shit. But whatever. They have money.
But podcast listeners got time for that.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be a different episode challenge for me. Like, cause I thought about it. You know. Because I had time, like to sit there and like when I had the hopes and dreams and everything, and then I started understanding the business of it, and I was like, oh shit, this is like a hoop dream to me here in Philly. So as I was working behind the bar, I had so many people, like, because I always worked in the tourist attraction kind of places. So I always had people from different places telling me about, like, how things are where they're from. And I did decide that I wanted to open up something in Georgia. And so start looking into laws and all of that from there. And then that's where I learned that it's only like a couple hundred, you know, to sit there and just own to have a liquor license. You have to just re-up annually. I believe you and I had this conversation a while ago when I was sitting there just like, yo, man.
Shabana.
I was like, I want
to go to Shabana too.
I
want to go to Shabana
too. That was the first place.
We should. We should actually.
Yeah, that was.
I ain't got no ties here.
But then,
I mean, not to say it like that, but just more so, I ain't got no kids yet.
No,
I ain't got no girl.
I got you.
It's probably the best time to travel.
I got you. But yeah, we spoke about, I brought it to you and just like, yo, man, you know, like, it only costs, this is how much it costs, you know, which is only, it's very little. The real estate there is really expensive, but that's fine because it's pretty much a beach town.
Real estate everywhere is expensive.
That's true. That is true, but then it doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
And you can actually live off of, you can actually make an honest living.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of what it comes down to me.
Uh-huh.
It's just like being able to do something, and it's just not something, but like if I was to own an establishment, it's just like I would want to make a decent living where it's worthwhile, and I'm not sitting there just like stressed out or anything like that. So when someone mentioned that to me, I'm just like, oh, what is liquor? Because I didn't know outside of Philadelphia or Pennsylvania how liquor license looked. Because I was so ignorant back then too. You know,
don't look like this.
I'm just like, everybody gotta have it like at least a mil. You know, like you don't like you got it like. So let me tell you, the way they go about liquor license, like now they're auctioning them off, starting around like $25K, but that's available for everybody. We're talking about like supermarkets, we're talking about other establishment owners, anybody, you know, like anybody can get it. Starting that, so you're bidding on these are the auctioned off ones, bidding on them. So you can already just imagine how this is not in your favor if you're going in with the bare minimum, which is starting at what, 25K, 25,000, anywhere from 25 to 50,000 is what you're starting off at. So if you're going against people with money, you could just imagine how this, and it's only a number of licenses they're just auctioning off. So you're going against like big wigs, like supermarkets and all that kind of jazz too.
Yeah, but there are
chances.
No, I was gonna say there are workarounds and loopholes.
There are.
You could have a private club where you don't necessarily charge for the liquor, but you charge for the memberships. What's another one?
Those are also like, no, because you still have to have like, all right, so those are donate. All right, so that's a whole nother clause. That's a whole nother animal that I guess we'll go into another week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ignorant to the whole thing, so I don't know.
But it's not that easy. Like, you know, I'm just gonna open up this. It's not that easy. It's not that easy.
I want to open up my golf club.
At all.
I want to open up my golf club.
There's a lot of money there too, but.
No, but we're not talking about that. No, I'm just saying. Say I want to open up my golf club, right?
Is that what you're trying to do?
And then there's a bar in it, right? There's a bar in my golf club. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
My club is members only. Okay? And when you come to my club, first off, there's no prices listed.
Mm-hmm.
And the membership, the drinks come with the membership. Only thing I hand you...
They're already paid for.
I just said the drinks come with the membership.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, they're already paid for.
That's what I just said.
So you still have a liquor license.
So why are you talking to me? So anyway.
I'm like, you still have a liquor license because you already charged for that.
I didn't charge for that.
No, I mean, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, because that's in the dues. Like, all these things are accounted for.
So I'm actually charging for liquor if I do it that way?
If people don't buy liquor, that's cool. But yeah.
They're not buying liquor.
You don't know. I mean, it's included in your membership. They can.
It's not included. It doesn't have to be included.
No.
It could just say access to this place.
What's it?
I don't know.
Because like the whole thing is.
Because it's just access to a place.
It is access to a place that just so happens to have this, but then that's donations and everything. Like if you want those things, those are the donations.
There you go. And there might even be a private vendor who doesn't have anything to do with us set up in there, working on the donations.
I don't
know.
I don't have the answer for that one.
I'm not sure, bro.
I don't have the answer.
I'm just saying that there's workarounds.
Yeah, you can work around it. It's a lot of work.
I mean, clearly.
The work around
just like there's a lot of work to have a couple $1 million to get a liquor's license.
Yeah, there is.
So anyway, let's get off of this city.
There is.
So let's get off of this city.
Yeah, outside of this city. Outside of this city, your chances are pretty easier getting a liquor license. And that's just, I guess that concludes that, right?
Outside of the city, outside of the state, every state's got their own laws. Obviously, motherfuckers know that. I'm not familiar with how the laws look everywhere else, but
I mean, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same as like the New York, where you sit there and you just open up and not open up, but you sit there and you build it. They come through and make sure that you're following the regulations, that all those things are cool, and they give you a green. They give you thumbs up or not.
So can you serve liquor without serving food there?
Ooh, I don't know that. I can't answer that. I mean, some states, yeah, definitely like the Midwest, you can do that. But yeah, for every state, I don't know. Are you judging me now?
No.
I feel like you're judging me now.
No, I'm literally considering every place that I've ever been to legally.
Because
even the places that I've been to that are legal.
Where I started, we didn't serve food.
Where was that?
Franklin.
You do now, though, right?
I mean, we have. I mean, I don't know. I think they have partnerships
I
where
think
they can have delivery come or anything like that. But before,
there's no food there. In house at all? There's no crackers. There's no bar snacks. There's nothing.
We did do bar snacks.
That's what I mean.
We did do bar snacks.
So I'm not sure. It might be a legal thing. So yeah, we don't know shit. Well, at least I don't.
Still learning.
Yeah.
Always room for more improvement. Yeah, I guess this probably could. We can always keep going.
I still got wine.
I'm gonna refill my glass.
Okay. What?
What's up?
Nothing, nigga. Let me get some more wine. Yeah. Not like a bunch.
No, I wasn't saying it like that.
Like.
Because I was gonna go take a piss.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, damn. But I'd rather top you off a whole lot more. Pause.
Yeah, for real. For real. Pause the fuck out of that. Yo, man.
So you like this one?
What, this episode? Or this wine?
This wine. Not too much, it's just...
No, it's not that. It's not that. I'm trying to remember how the other one tastes and try to see if I can actually distinguish a difference based on memory. This one tastes a little less acidic. Yeah, I'll say that. That's the only thing I could, but as far as flavors and shit, nah, not really. I can't distinguish any difference. But this is all based on memory. This one smells a little more boozy.
This one is definitely different. It's definitely way more boozy.
I be wanting to like take the opportunity during these times to say relevant shit or like leave little like Easter eggs for people who I guess edit this or even for the people who might even end up watching this someday. I can never think of anything though. I can never think of like a clever story to tell. Let me see if I can think of a story to tell. Nope. I will think of what kind of restaurant I would like to own or open. To me, it's a matter of formula. Not necessarily a formula, but like I said, it's a system of components. So it might take, in whatever neighborhood I'm in, or whatever place or space that I'm in, or whatever customer base that I'm trying to appeal to, it might take, a couple pool tables, a fucking Galaga machine, and a fucking happy hour special, or industry night, or $2 high lifes, or $3 shots, or cheaper, $1 shots, $3 citywides. Citywides, that's a Philly thing. That's when you get a shot in a beer for like $3 or $5 or whatever the case is. But like, yeah, it's a bunch of different factors that contribute. Now this could just be me in my own motherfucking head. Yeah, I proceeded as you left. This could just be me in my own head. But I do think that like there's almost a formula to like every place that I've ever been into. Like every place that I've ever been to, there's a reason to go there. If it's mad shitty, like the PMP, there's no reason to go there. Nobody wants to be in that place. But you know why we go there? Why we go there, B?
I'm not mic'd up.
This mic picks up everything, motherfucker. We go there because it's open for an extra hour and a half or extra 2 hours. That's why we go there. That's the draw. I think of every place that I've ever been and I'm like, okay, only fucking reason I'm here is because of this. Now, there's different people who approach these bars and these restaurants differently, and they go because places have real cheap happy hour specials with the food and shit. Some people go to certain places because they have live music for free that they can enjoy regularly. Some people go to places because they have a large selection of a specific thing. To me, I consider all of these motherfucking things. Now, if everything was to just be, now I can make it conditional and I can think straight because I'm talking myself through it. If everything was to just be assumed to be successful, what kind of place would I want to run? What kind of place?
In the parameter.
I have to, because I have to make it. I can't get myself to think in such a specific ass way.
You're successful. You're throwing all this.
Yeah, because you say, what kind of place would I want to open?
Well, obviously, it would want to be successful.
No shit, I want it to be successful, clearly, right? So assuming it would be successful, what kind of place would I want to open?
No, not consider. No.
All right, so.
What kind of place would you want to open? Doesn't matter if it's going to be successful or not. Cause
I want to open a successful place.
You're a restaurateur then.
All the rest of the shit doesn't matter as much as the first part, which is the success.
Yeah.
So we can prioritize that.
I mean, but I think these chef owners,
they want a successful place too. Nobody wants to be in debt. Nobody wants to fail.
Nobody wants
to disappoint their spouse and their family. So yeah, they want a successful place.
But they want their vision, their art to be the reason of it.
These are businessmen. What are you talking about?
You think so? I don't think.
I'm just giving back what you said earlier.
No, I think restaurateurs. I mean,
these are businessmen.
I think restaurateurs are businessmen.
That's what I just said that.
Oh shit! Did you?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I said these are businessmen.
I was talking about.
I said these are businessmen. What do you think? I said these aren't businessmen?
No.
Oh.
I got it misconstrued. I guess because I threw in a term like chefs owners, like because I'm still on.
Chefs owners are businessmen.
I mean, to a certain extent, I believe now.
Restaurateurs.
Restaurateurs are businessmen.
Chef owners are restaurateurs.
Are
By
they?
Definition. Hell yeah, if they own a restaurant.
See, and this goes back into that. All right, we'll dive into that.
That definition, we just, no. That's not even worth diving into because definitions are bullshit. We just have to agree on the term. What is a restaurateur? Is it a person who opens multiple restaurants?
We'll do that next time, yo, man.
Is it a person who... No, but for the sake of this discussion, so you can finish what you was just saying, is it a person who opens multiple restaurants? Or is it a person who just is an owner of a restaurant?
I don't think that it's I don't think that it's any of those per se.
What do you think it is?
I think that it's more so of someone who understand. Or I guess yeah, because they said understand. Because I'm still trying to go off that definition of the business. The business of it. The business of the bar restaurant industry scene, I guess would say.
All right. So before I interrupted you, you said that these people are businessmen. You agreed with me when I said that and I interrupted you. But you said that they still want to get their own art and their own vision out. You probably didn't say art at the time, but I'm adding that on because that's the distinction that was made earlier. But they want to get their own vision out, right? I think that their own vision comes second to what they think will be successful. But I think that their own vision is the framework behind everything. Like, you're not gonna fucking just get into a thing that you don't know about. You're gonna already get into something that you have knowledge of. You know what I'm saying? Even if you ain't did it already, you have to have the knowledge of it. Like, for instance, I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that at first I don't fully agree. I agree to a certain extent. Now, I like not to say that restaurateurs, because they have a lot of investors and business partners, you know? And some of their business partners could be the chefs.
Some of them do. Some of them
I don't know many that are. I would say that they more so are. They just hire chefs, you know, that can execute the kind of cuisine. So when it comes down to restaurateur, when it comes down to that slash, if they never branded themselves as slash, if there was not the slash thing going on,
small chef owner.
Yeah, or bartender owner or whatever, you know, server owner, whatever, barback owner.
Yeah.
Don't care, you know what I'm saying? Then that branding and marketing would change a lot. But since it's a thing, I gotta sit there and I'm just like, oh, so they don't see themselves as the businessman. That's probably because they have a partner who handles the business side. Now, that becomes confusing for me at this point right now, and I gotta have this conversation now with Julie Reiner, who's she's not a bartender at this point now. They opened a bar. Her and Susan opened up a bar, Clover Club, that crushed, and now they have multiple ones that's going on. So they're not.
You ain't got time to work no shifts when you fucking.
Yeah, but Susan handles the business while Julie handles the art.
Okay.
So it's kind of it's
I mean.
You know, but she has.
Business is an art.
They have business is an art. Business is also commerce. Well, both of them. Both of them go hand in hand. Yes, but there's things art. So the art. So I don't want to sit there and limit Susan and not being able to be the artiste.
Exactly, or limit the other one and not being able to keep a book.
Yeah, you know.
Or make a decision. Make a deal.
They made a decision where they both took on roles. And I think that's where this whole slash thing gets confusing when it's chef slash owner or restaurateur. I haven't seen restaurateur slash chef. Maybe I have. Just don't remember.
No. I don't think any. I don't think
now
so.
this is a whole thing that I'm going to go down a rabbit hole now and actually do more research.
You can try to figure out what people classify themselves as, or are classified as classically.
No, I'm gonna at least try to find what I would deem would be the underlying truth behind all of it, the responsibilities, how it has happened, and all that kind of stuff, the origin, all of it.
The first restaurant.
First restaurateur.
The first nigga who opened multiple restaurants.
And then make a book out of it.
Hell yeah.
Wait, yeah.
And rename them.
And be like,
and make them the legend. Make them fucking the Legend of Conan and make them you.
The first ninja.
Yeah. It's like, yo, this was the first restaurateur.
Oh my goodness.
They open the book and it's a picture of you smiling and shit. Like, no, that's not me.
Like, oh man, that's hospitable.
That's just how he looked. That's just how he looked.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, seriously though. Like, cause I think this is a thing.
Of course.
Because it's a confusing conversation that we had, and the reason that this happened was because I just wanted to know about like real estate, like how you felt about owning your own. Oh, I like it. I was like, yo, man, I'm gonna sit there and just have a conversation.
Yeah, but you know what happens though? You be asking these qualifying questions, and I'll be like, "What you trying to qualify?" And then we go in a circle.
Yeah, man, because it's unscripted. I can't control any of it. You know, I just
like,
got.
What you trying to pull out of me? That's not what you want to know. There's something more. There's something more that you want to know.
The balance, you know, just sit there and fucking balance, you know, like.
Yeah.
I just got one thing in mind, and it's like, oh shit, however it goes is however it goes. And this definitely went to this, where we actually did have a good bit of conversation.
Yeah, of course, that always happens.
Restaurateurship. And like,
is that the word?
Like, I just, I mean, I'm making up everything else. Why not?
No, it sounds great. It sounds perfect. Like entrepreneurship, right? Restaurateurship. Like, hell yeah, that sounds right.
Like, fuck it, you know? But no, like, I just wanted to sit there and just like, all right. So we both agree that owning the real estate is just key. I think that's key to monetizing off of this industry. Long pause.
Maybe. Pregnant pause. Maybe not.
Only
like I said,
months. I got you.
Like I said, I could see reasons why it wouldn't be. I can't necessarily sit here and argue, but like I said earlier, maybe a person could want to avoid dealing with the zoning situation and the law situations and the certain big repairs that come with being an owner and property taxes. And you know, like for instance, I know up in New England, their property taxes is fucking dumb.
Our property taxes are dumb here in Philadelphia.
They're dumber there. So, I mean, there's advantages to doing different things, and there's certain people who actually like to run numbers and figure it all out and say, okay, so if I own this shit, I'm gonna be looking at this much in repairs, I'm gonna be looking at this much in taxes, and I'm gonna be looking at this much in whatever else comes with that. I don't know, I don't own shit. And then versus, okay, if I don't own the shit and I pay rent, I'm gonna be paying this much rent, and that's that. So you do the math, you figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, I can see advantages to both. I don't know what they add up to.
I mean, but I guess it also depends on like how long, like because you never know how this shit's gonna go. Like this year, obviously 2020 is just like a whole loophole, you know, or a black hole for a lot of like businesses. So it's kind of just like
for instance, like beach real estate, right?
During Sandy, that didn't work out too well at all.
Not for the owners. Worked out good for the niggas that was renting though, right?
Yeah.
So there's like different conditions that people consider, especially businessmen.
I mean, but then we also don't know, you know, like they could be giving out liquor laws for liquor licenses for everybody. So, you know,
I don't know.
It might not cost as much, or, you know, like.
I mean, beach property is beach property. There's always a premium on that. There's always a premium on that.
I mean, the real estate itself, like you said, no real estate is cheap.
Yeah, but there's a premium on beach property. Like anything in Omaha is not gonna cost anywhere near no water, period.
Omaha.
Waterfront property is waterfront property.
Couldn't help that one.
Yeah, there's a reason that Warren Buffett lives there.
All right, so I mean, yeah, the real estate guy. He's not the real estate guy. He's
the business guy.
Yeah.
I'll call him the investment guy. He's the investment guy.
He knows where to put the money.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna wrap this up.
All
right, so I'm not wrapping it up to that sense where it's the end of the podcast. I actually want to talk about someone that I really want to highlight, and her name is Ezra. She ran a beautiful program at Drink Bar in Boston. She was actually.
You should have told me to visit that shit.
Huh?
You should have told me to visit that shit. I was in
man,
Boston.
I've been talking about it ever since I actually been there and competed against her.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything about it in the weeks and months leading up to me going to Boston, did you?
I mean, I just figured, New Hampshire. I didn't know the range.
I flew to Boston.
Where you were going.
Yeah,
man, I didn't know.
New Hampshire's airport. New Hampshire's airport is not that popular.
I think everything is closed too, though. COVID. I don't think bars are open. I don't know though.
New Hampshire was open.
I don't know.
Not everything, but bar was.
I don't know.
Pool hall was.
Alright, but I still just want to give a shout out to Ezra, because Ezra, she's been in so much media recently for Cognac, for just having the #1 American bar for so many years, or top 5 bars
#1
in America. Huh?
Damn.
Yeah,
in America?
Yeah.
#1?
No. I mean, hold on. I didn't even get to international yet. I'm just trying to sit here and just.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, just in America, just being consistent within the top 5 spots, running that whole drink bar program. Internationally, still competing against the world, still ranking at least top 10. The stats, they're there. I don't even want to scroll through. But it's an amazing place. She actually is really amazing, and her growth has been crazy.
She glowed up.
Huh?
She glowed up.
Oh, she's been glowed up. She's been glowed up. How long have you been in the industry? 10 years? I met her
I'm such a pig.
a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A couple years ago, we competed against each other in world class and in Boston, in her realm, and it was pretty dope. It was pretty cool. This blows my mind. This is hurtful. They didn't even report this like this. But since then, since a couple of days ago, she's no longer with Drink, and it wasn't her decision, and it just felt nasty.
Fuck Drink. That's where we at. Fuck Drink.
Yeah, I mean, that's
fuck Drink then. Yo, I ain't got nothing to gain from these niggas. These niggas can't take shit from me, and they can't do shit for me. If they could do shit for me, they'd be doing it, wouldn't they?
That's where I'm at. They did it nasty. Someone who sat there and just did so good for you guys, that company and everything, and just let somebody go like that.
No, I mean, this is a difficult time and situation. So.
Yeah, it's a difficult time and difficult situations, but it's just no, you're supposed to take care of people that actually took care of you. It's what I thought,
Yeah.
But that's not how it works in business, she'll definitely bounce back.
I'll take care of you, B.
She's a pillar within Boston, know.
They didn't recognize her value.
As someone because she's that rebellious, she's not the clean cut kind of
yeah.
Image that you want out of bars, she's amazing. She's awesome.
They probably tell you they want a clean cut image because you black, but they don't tell them dark haired tattoo girls that they want a clean cut image at all. They hire them.
Probably true. All of the above. But it's still unfortunate just to have someone sit there and work so hard for you for a decade.
Yeah, you know what though? That's just
so indisposable like that. That's just nasty.
Disposable.
Sorry.
Well, the thing is, man, this is COVID season, man. So one, all of this shit is unprecedented, right? Oh, by the way, sorry, Ezra. Shout out to you. I just have to be this guy's enemy sometimes.
Never.
So this is COVID season. So this is like a very, very particular situation. Like I said, everybody's making layoffs. There's probably people who work for that company longer than she worked for that company who don't have a job, right? Or no? Okay, now secondly.
I can't answer that.
Now secondly.
It's a small bar.
Now secondly.
That made a lot of money.
Okay, now secondly. People who get fired or people who fire people that don't belong to unions especially. Like when you're somewhere for 20 years, 20, 25 years, 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, you expect for your tenure to speak for itself. And that's what most employees do. Most employees expect for their tenure to actually mean something and represent something. But in most cases, it really doesn't.
Oh, word,
really
I thought that was important. I thought you got like a bonus or something after your tenure.
No.
Are we saying like 10 year?
No, tenure, like the amount of time.
Same thing. Okay, all
the
right.
amount of time that you spend in a place.
Cool.
So like what I'm saying is that you could work for a place for 10 years, but you have what? 2 strikes, 3 strikes, politics, whatever you want to call it. It's all what it is. But it's always politics, of course. But yeah, so I mean, it really, to be an employee, like most establishments, just from my experience, they're not going to just value the fact that you've been there for a long time. Even if you are great at what you do. In this industry, everybody's disposable. Everybody is disposable.
I mean, that still doesn't take away, like, yo, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I proved myself year after year after year after year. You know? It's not just I. It's not just I.
Yeah.
It's the team.
Right.
You know?
Gave you consistency. Gave you consistency. Gave you persistence.
Like, yo. It's like, yo. Like this right here, this bar. You know, saying these people, you know?
Yeah, but this bar is this bar, and these people are replaceable.
Like, yo.
It hurts, but that's just the way it is, bro.
Crazy, man. And that's why I'm always just like, that's why I'm on the kick that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, it makes no sense to sit there and just like allow for this to happen, because that's not, it's not cool, but you know that doesn't have enough clout. That doesn't bring it home. It's not just like a okay.
It's unsettling.
Like
it's unsettling to you.
That's crazy.
Doesn't sit well.
It it doesn't sit well, and I'm trying to be cool right now.
Yeah.
But because I had a couple days. I had probably like a day or two. I had a couple days to like, you know. Process and everything. But boy, am I mad. I'm mad. I don't know what I can do. You know? Like, reaching out is one thing, you know? But it's just like, like, I'm upset. Because this is someone person, yes, that I do know that I do have a relationship with. But not only that, like, this person, like, was at a level, you know, of consistency. And then for that to just happen, you know?
Well, if it'll make you feel better, one can only assume that level and that experience will pay off.
Means nothing.
No.
Means nothing. That's what it means. It means nothing, damn it. It's
one can only assume that.
We're glad you got us there and you kept us there, but
yep.
We're going to go a different direction now.
Or wait. Or like they told me, which is what I was going to get to. Hey man, with your experience, you can get a job anywhere. It'll be nothing.
Yo, with this experience, boy, I tell you.
So yeah, one can only assume that her experience and her time and all of that shit will serve her well. And
I mean, I don't give a fuck about your reference.
Will serve her well and looking for a new job.
Like, you can have them call us. We'll give all the grave reviews about you. Like, not saying that this is anything that she said or anything like that, because she didn't. But it's just like, put you on my resume. Yeah, we'll do that for the years. And then when it says awards, put all of the number ones under it. Yeah, somebody's gonna grip me up. You know what I'm saying? But, dude, that's not what it was about. That was not what it was about. I thought we were in this together. That's a partnership. I
think you express a whole lot of sentiment about loyalty.
I do.
On this platform.
I do because there's no loyalty. Apparently.
I don't think business is for loyalty. Hospitality seems like it's for loyalty, but it's still a business.
Yeah, I know, and I say that all the time, but then it surprises me every time I fucking hear this.
Well, every time you walk into that restaurant that you walk into, you're getting paid to be there, and you wouldn't be in there if you weren't.
No, I still go.
Well, I used to. But then they told me to stop.
It's just like, yeah, man, because, I mean, no, I'll save that for another time. All right, Ezra, prayers with you. I know you're going to bounce back. You're great. You're amazing. I love you. It's Matt love. I'm pretty sure across the nation, across the world, I'm mad.
Yeah, niggas in Australia is mad for you too.
I gotta be out here. I gotta end this. Thank you for listening to That's 86 podcast. We will see you next week. Once again, I am your host or your co-host, whatever you want to describe me as. I'm just a motherfucker talking. My name is Brian Fennell, and I'm here with my homie Theo, and we will keep on doing this. So,